Desire, the place where all things begin. And yes, I have my notes, so bear with me. As always, let's start off by defining what desire is. Desire is simply anything you want that creates an emotional charge within you when it's thought about. It's not just what you want, it's what you want on an emotional level. All desires are created from either your belief systems or your imagination. Every single human who has, ever will, or does exist has desires or a desire. Every person on the world now has ever been here or will ever be here is going to have desires. We all want something. Doesn't matter what it is. We all want something. However, not everyone has the will to go after their desires. But that's a whole nother subject on its own. That small observation is the reason why everyone is where they're at in life. Everyone is where they're at in life because they either went after what they wanted or they didn't, and now they're just settling for whatever they have. That's on a very simple level. That is why everyone is where they're at. You're either doing things to get closer to where you want to be, or you're just going through the days accepting where you're at. I mean, there is a third option, which I hope you're not here, but there are also people who are just wallowing in their sorrows and their life is actually getting worse and they're losing things. So those are really the only three places you can be in, and it's all based on your desires. So why is desire important? What does it have to do with anything? Well, it actually has something to do with everything. It's a huge chunk of your life. And excuse my hair, the wind is kind of going crazy today, but we're gonna work with it, so let's see what happens. Every person's desire is a custom thing specifically designed for and by them. So you could have two people that have the same beliefs, but they want completely different things. Now, you could say that that was given to you from a pre-existing requisite of life, like you came into life to do this or whatever, or you just created that thing in your mind and that's what you want. So everyone's desire is custom tailor-made to their life based on what they believe in their life. And no one can achieve anything before figuring it out. No one can achieve anything before figuring out what their desire is. That's the starting point of all things. You have to know what you want before you can obtain what you desire to have. Napoleon Hill refers to those who lack the knowledge of what they desire as drifters in the book Outwitting the Devil, and I highly recommend to go read that book. That book right there can transcend you to another state of being based on the awareness that it brings to you. And that state of being will put you into a whole different existence and experience of reality. Oh, I promise. I've read that book at least 6 times in the past 3 years. That book is amazing. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, there's a really good audiobook on it, about it. How would you say that? There's a really good audiobook for it on YouTube, or you can just go buy the book. It's either or. It's a simple read and it's a very simple listen. It's actually a really fun listen. I'll let you find out for yourself. All I'm going to say is that book will change your life and the way you see things. But anyways, back to the point. Napoleon Hill refers to those who lack the knowledge of what they desire as drifters in the book Outwitting the Devil. Someone who lacks knowledge of their desire and won't do anything about it, therefore being eternally distracted by anything that captivates their attention, is known as a drifter. So if you don't know what you want, then you're just gonna be having shiny object syndrome until you do. Because if you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. That doesn't just go for standards and emotions. That applies to a lot of other things in life. So if you don't know what you want, then you're just gonna be stimulating your emotions your whole life until you actually have a concentrated focus of what you want to go after. That's what Napoleon Hill calls a drifter. Someone who doesn't know what they want. Don't be a drifter. Don't do it. Since all desires are custom to each person, that means only you know what it truly is. And there's no good or bad to what you want. Good or bad only exists within your mind based upon the beliefs you have about something and the emotional charge that those beliefs produce within you, correlating to those actions that you believe are good or bad. You can, don't fall into these spiritual traps where people make you think to be a high frequency, spiritual individual, you have to be out here in the forest meditating for 18 hours of your 24-hour days. That's not how it works. You can have anything you want in life. Anything. It's all good. Don't feel bad about what you want. Unless you're out here trying to hurt people, then, that's based on my perspective. That's my opinion. My belief is that hurting people isn't good. And I would say that that's more of like an inherent thing that most people feel as well. But, unless it's out here hurting people, I would say you can have anything you want and you should go after whatever that is you want. If you're a dude and you just want to have a life where you're surrounded by beautiful women and you're in really good shape and you just chill in a big ass house and you run a business and that's your life and you want to party all the time, bro, go for it. If you're a chick that wants to have a husband and you just want to work a 9-to-5, or you want to stay at home while he works and you just do the chores and you do all the housework and blase blase whoop-de-whoop, then that's fine too. Or if you're a chick that wants to be independent and you want to have a dude that stays home and flip-flop the situation, there's nothing wrong with that either. Go for it. That's what you desire. There's no good or bad. It's what you want. And what you want is something that you should have, or else you wouldn't want it. You just have to know how to get it. Only you can see the way you want it to be done. And if you can see and feel something in your mind's eye, then that means it's possible to be created in reality. I'm gonna say this little chunk one more time. Only you can feel what you do for that thing you desire. Only you can see the way you want it to be done. And if you can see and feel something in your mind's eye, then that means it's possible to be created in your reality. That means you already have it. That's why desires, dreams, and goals are so important. It gives you something to live for, to go after. Now, your desire shouldn't become your personality, but your desire should be in your personal reality. That was a bar. Desires are not intangible objects or experiences. Don't think that the thing that you want is just something that exists in your imagination. No, it's something that's really possible and can be crystallized into reality, and it can be experienced on the physical plane. I promise it's possible. Whatever you want, you can have it. But you have to know what you want. That's why we're breaking down desire. This is where everything starts. It's the direction in which you set your sail. It's choosing the path you walk or forge to create. It's the place where you direct all your attention. And where attention goes, energy flows. That's in correlation with the first Hermetic principle that all is mental. The thing that you hold in your mind is what you're going to become. And it's the frequency that you're going to be trying to raise yourself to so you can live in that version of reality. Wherever that energy flows will then vibrate at a certain frequency. And that new frequency will then create a different reality. Let's think about anything you've ever achieved. First came the desire for that object or experience. Then those thoughts of your desire became stimulated with emotion. That new energy in motion, emotion, led you to start taking different actions. Excuse me. Those new actions, coupled with the stimulation of your imagined desire, then begun to create a new reality. And through consistent execution of those actions, stimulated by your imagination in that new reality, is what led you to the materialization of your desire. Rewind the video if you have to, because that was deep. That's how you got anything that you ever have. That's how you got anything you've ever wanted. Think about anything that you've achieved. Did you graduate high school? Did you get that chick? Did you get that dude? Did you get the car you wanted? Did you get that place where you live? Did you buy that drink? Like, it can be broken down. It can be correlated to the simplest things, but the procedure is always going to be the same. It's your desire, and that desire brings in new emotions. And those emotions, coupled with your imagination, will lead you to new actions. And then those actions, executed over time, coupled with your emotional conviction, leads you to the crystallization of that thing in reality. Or instead of crystallization, you could say materialization. It's what created that thing and put it into your reality. It's why you have it. At a very base level, that's how all desires are achieved. I promise, I've been studying this stuff for almost a decade. I've been practicing this stuff for years. It's true. So, what if you don't know what it is that you desire? That's a great question. And you came to the right place. The answer is actually a lot more simple than you would guess. All you have to do is think. That's it. If you don't know what you want, all you have to do is just think. Take some time out of your day and just think about what you really want. This is your life. This is your reality. This is your everyday. This thinking can be done inwardly through meditation, or simply when you have time to sit and gather your thoughts. You don't have to go out into the forest and spend a week meditating for 10 hours a day, every day, just to figure out what you want. All you have to do is just take some time out of your day, sit with yourself. You can sit with yourself internally, or you can sit with yourself externally, and just think about what it is that you want. A desire can also be as simple as wanting to have a good day, or as grandiose as becoming a billionaire. Desires have no range. Desire is just something you want. Some people are just having really bad days, and they just want to have a smooth day where things are chill and things are lax, where nothing is really causing problems for them. You know, that can be something that you want, and that's okay. Or it can be as grandiose as wanting to be a billionaire, having all the Lambos, the Ferraris, the Porsches, having the giant house on the hills, the mansions, the businesses. The range of desire is infinite. All you have to do is decide what it is that you want. Just pick it. That's the best part. It's all up to you. It can be anything. Anything at all. So when you have that desire, and for all of you who already do have that desire, just know and remember that it's possible. You have to believe in the thing that you want as something that you can have. Believe in it so deeply as if you already have it, and from a place where you don't need it. Because why would you need something that you already have? When you need something, that indicates to the universe that you don't have it. And if you don't have it, and you're sending that signal out to the universe, then the universe is going to magnify that into your reality. But if you already have it, then you don't need it. And therefore, you can experience it now. And then reality has to catch up to you. You're flipping the game. It's possible because you can feel it. And emotion is the language of frequency. And since all reality exists on a certain frequency, that means a vibrationally new version of you is being created to match that of your desire. I'm going to say that one more time before I end this video. It's possible because you can feel it. And emotion is the language of frequency. And since all reality exists on a certain frequency, that means a vibrationally new version of you is being created to match that of your desire. That's how reality works. That's how the game is played. And now you have the cheat codes. Now all you have to do is think about what you want.